We are in Hoover, Alabama, and we are a community-based radio station as well. If you listen to our partnerships with all of our great clients, and happy to bring on Greg Bishop, who, of course, is the president of Hoover Helps. It's a wonderful organization assisting food insecure children in the city of Hoover, and he joins us right now on this blessed Friday. Greg, good morning to you, brother. How are you?
Hey, good morning. I'm doing fantastic.
Hey,
Thanks for having me.
It's great to have you on the show. Thousands of listeners right now listening to your wonderful testimony and your great message. First of all, talk about, and I got obviously your contact through a good friend of mine who is well entrenched in everything that Hoover does, and Steve McClinton, but talk about how this whole program starts and how exactly it works.
Well, we started Hoover Helps as a family-run small nonprofit in Hoover. And our mission is to meet the basic needs of the children in Hoover. Simple as that. But we discovered that there was a couple of backpack feeding initiatives at a couple of our elementary schools. And they're funded by a couple of our faith-based partners. So we decided just to replicate what they were already doing and partner. We now partner with 13 different faith-based groups that help us send bags of food home with children that don't have a lot of food to eat when they get home.
And certainly, I can just imagine what the pandemic has done to change and maybe have different visions of how you're exactly helping Hoover children, because a lot of those kids are staying home, correct?
That's right. And it was a struggle for many. Luckily, the great folks in child nutrition handed out food each day, 5 days a week, at a couple different locations. So, if a family had their kids at home and they didn't have a lot of food, they did have drive-through service, so they could pick up, a breakfast and a lunch for a few days. So luckily, we have great partnerships with folks like that help fill in the gaps.
Greg Bishop is the president of Hoover Helps. It's a great initiative to assist the food insecure children in the city of Hoover. Obviously, if you're listening, and we have the majority of our listeners listen within a 100-mile radius of the Birmingham metro area, the municipality in the city of Hoover has done incredible things, and it's been around for a long period of time, and Hoover takes care of Hoover. They also obviously do a lot of different things, and I know the World Games are going to be coming in 2022, and Hoover's going to be a big part of that as well. But talk about what is the need, first of all, and second of all, what are the percentages of children in Hoover that go hungry?
Well, the second question is hard to get your hands around. We rely heavily on the school counselors and the faculty at the schools to identify kids using the community food banks criteria. So if a kid is absent a lot, or they rush food lines, or they hoard food, or ask for seconds, there's criteria that the folks in the schools look out for. So they opt kids in, and we don't ask questions. We don't judge the circumstances at home, because kids don't control that. So, and the first question is this, today's our annual fundraiser. It's called the Hunger Challenge, and it's the Hoover versus Spain Park football game. So we take this opportunity every year to increase awareness, and also to take donations and sponsorships. So if you're out there and you own a business and would like to get involved, 100% of what you donate today and through donations goes directly back out the door to help children and families in our community. And it really puts the Hoover fan base versus the Spain Park fan base. And last year, Spain Park won pretty heavily, and right now it's $6,000 to $3,000. So Spain Park has a pretty hefty lead right now.
Wow. And how can people contribute? Who can they call? Where do they need to go? And will you be accepting any type of donations at the game itself?
Both. We'll take donations, the old pass the hat method. And they could also donate at hooverhelps.org. Just go to hooverhelps.org and make your donation and feel confident that it's going directly to help one of your neighbors.
Wonderful.
Greg, so talk a little bit about, I know that one of the hard things, besides obviously the money for the food and raising the money, but the logistics of getting things distributed, making sure that, you're getting food before it goes bad, and just the actual getting it to the kids. And, you talked about people can come up for a meal, but I think a lot of us wonder, okay, I'm going to give money and we're going to get food. And then how does it actually happen? Who's staying on top of it, divvying up the meals, all that kind of stuff?
Well, it's really driven by the school counselors. They direct traffic. The teachers and faculty can walk things over as they identify kids that may need food or even a winter coat or a pair of shoes. We do all of those things. So it's really the counselors that are directing traffic and the faith-based groups that we partner with. They're making it happen. They're buying food. They're getting together and they're packing bags of food. You've got a whole volunteer system that delivers the food to the schools on Thursday or Friday. And then it's up to the teachers or the counselors at the school to make sure the bags make their way into the backpacks.
Hey, Greg, thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate it. Again, hooverhelps.org, hooverhelps.org. And, of course, today is your annual fund drive, your food drive. Fantastic work. You're always welcome. You always have a spot here on the Tony Kurre Radio Network in Kurre and Klapow. And God bless you and what you're doing. And enjoy your Friday. And thanks again, hooverhelps.org. Thank you, man.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you, brother. There he is, Greg Bishop, the president of Hoover Helps. And I'm on their site right now, hooverhelps.org. It's a great mission and a great testimony they do here in the Hoover area. So it's pretty cool.
I think it's fantastic.